Hi, my name is Kyle Arthur, or lovingly known as Miss Kyle, and I am the parent-child lead teacher of a program called Nature Tots, which is the program for parents or adults, a grown-up of some kind, and children, anywhere from 18 months to 3 years old. Nature Tots is a morning program. We meet for 2 hours from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And there is a class every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And during that time, there's a specific schedule, which we like to call rhythm, which you'll learn more about in a Nature Tots class, so that children get a first experience of what a day might be in a Waldorf early childhood class. But what's wonderful about it is that they have somebody that they trust and love that is there with them. And therefore, it makes the environment safe. But it's also something that is lovingly done for you as the grown-up, you as the parent, so that you can learn different kinds of things that you can actually take home and begin to incorporate in your own home. But during those 2 hours of time, we start off with play. And that's done very purposefully so that as you arrive, there's activity going on. And whether you have a hard morning, you're not missing anything. So that you can come in and your child can come in and join in a very natural way. So there's lots of play that goes on, whether we're outside or inside in our inside classroom. And at that time, what we do, parents take on some kind of a chore. Whether it's taking care of the outside with raking is what we would be doing right now, or we are pulling weeds, or we're helping to prepare our snack for later, or we're really doing a lot of sweeping, things like that. Often if we're inside, that's a time where parents might be learning about how to make certain little crafty items for the home that reflect the season, or even making small handmade toys that your child can play with later. So after that time, then we move into a circle time. And really, it's a gathering so that we can come together after lots of individual activity. And the way that I work with Circle, it's very seasonal and it's very adult and child oriented, so that there's lots of love, loving touch, things that you do with your child. From there, we wash our hands, and then we have a lovely snack that's been prepared. And the snack is something I bring that's very seasonal as well. So we all sit around a table and we have our snack together, and that is the time where we often have a moment where we can speak. And this is a time for you, the parent, to learn a little bit more about your child and child development. And for instance, in the past years, we've been using this text. And when you join our class, you will receive your text as a gift from the school. So this is one that we've worked with. Often you'll have homework, but it's not pressured because we know that you have your little ones at home. But it gives us something that we can kind of gather around and talk about when we do that. So after that, the children play a little bit more. We do some cleaning up. And then we go out for a lovely walk, which is usually the same type of walk, so that the child feels safe in that walk but can see how nature changes. And then we have a story, and that story is brought with puppetry so that the child has something very solid to begin the process of creating images in their own head. And then we end with an ending circle where we hold hands once again, so that gives us a complete ending for our day together. That happens all in 2 hours, lots of things, but it's quite joyful. Nature Tots absolutely is open to anyone. You don't have to be a Waldorf parent who's had a younger sibling. It's open to anyone in the community. And it really is a lovely way. And please let anyone know who's looking for some kind of a parent and child or grown-up and child experience. And I've often had I've had grandmas and grandpas come, or aunts and uncles, or even many nannies have come as well. And the other thing that's nice, and just to let you know, is that any time somebody in the family has come for a visit, or a friend that would like to see it, you're very welcome to come as well. Okay.
Hi, my name is Carmi Malora, and I'm the Woodland preschool teacher, one of 2 preschool classes that we have. In the preschool, we have a rhythm to every day, and the children arrive in the morning and they come into our outside play area where there's various things for them to do, sand play, and they can do pick from lots of different activities. We have a mud kitchen, and there's sweeping and gardening and watering the plants. So we spend a large part of our morning doing that, but it's a very social time for them. So it's when they're getting to play with their friends and reconnect for the day and build friendships. In the Waldorf preschool, we really recognize that the children learn through play. It's a play-based education, and that they are more than just feeding facts. So it's exploratory, and they're learning through what they're discovering each day, and when they're playing with each other, things that come up. They're also learning through song and story and movement, so it's very rich with language and language development. They learn organically, so instead of having a specific exercise for sorting or counting, if we need our mittens sorted, we will sort through the basket of mittens and make pairs, which is different than in other schools where it's a specific activity, but a lot of it is done because there's a need and there's real work for us to do, and we really focus on having the children engage in real work and engage their wills and learn through doing, which is unique to us, I think. So on a typical day in the preschool, like I said earlier, they come in, enter into the play yard and start playing, and then at a certain point in the morning, they come in and go to the bathroom, and then we come back outside for snack. After snack, we clean up our toys and then get ready for a little circle time, which is a time where we come together to participate in songs and movement and verse together. And then after that, we come inside again and go to the bathroom, and then we head out for a walk, and we go to a park where they can play on play equipment and in a sandbox. And at the end of that is story time. So we end our day with a story every day with puppetry, which is also pretty unique to Waldorf education, telling stories with puppets. And then we have a closing circle. We walk back to school and have dismissal. And if children are staying for lunch, then that's a time where they would come inside and stay for lunch and aftercare. But that is pretty much the rhythm of our day, and we are outside almost all of the time, all kinds of weather. So we really have to remember to dress for the weather and be prepared for that. So.
Hello, my name is Colleen St. John, and I am the lead kindergarten teacher for the Rose Blossom Kindergarten. Our children range in age from 4 to 6. Learn how to be a good friend. They learn how to move their body in space by running and jumping, skipping. They learn lots of new things like finger knitting and play. But really, basically, it's a social education, and they really learn how to be with other children, how to take turns, and really how to have fun within a group setting. This school year, the biggest difference is with wearing masks. It's the children, once they were used to it, it doesn't bother them at all. But there's more distance, less holding hands, less hugging, which is something little children love to do. But otherwise, lots of things are the same. We're still doing, all of our activities. We were always outside a lot. Now we're outside even a little more. But it really is, a lot of fun and lots of activities. We're singing a little bit less unless we're 10 feet apart outside, masks on, which generally we sing through the whole day, so now we sing just occasionally. But we're still doing all of our activities. We do circle time, we come inside and do painting. We've been doing some woodworking, we did wet felting, so we're doing lots of activities, exploring nature, going for a creek walk, collecting acorns, looking at the leaves changing colors. We're really doing lots of our regular activities as well. Waldorf education really teaches the whole child, and that is something very unique. And we use head, heart, and hands, but it's so much more. It just encompasses all of the child, that they learn through moving and doing and imitating, and they learn real skills, real world skills at a young age: gardening, cleaning, sweeping, sewing. By the time they leave kindergarten, they've really learned how to take care of themselves. Parents often ask, how will my child adapt to this? Especially if they've been in a more mainstream setting. And children adapt very easily because it really is how they are. It's the natural being of the child to be joyful and to be doing. And they want to do what the adult is doing. If you're doing work, they want to be helpful. And they want to make friends. And so I think that for parents, they see it as something, different if they're not used to Waldorf education. But I really believe that it's a wonderful education for all children.
Hi, I'm Miss Chris, and I'm a kindergarten teacher at the Waldorf School for 26 years. They learn good habits. They learn to take turns. They learn to eat healthy, to dress well. They learn how to have healthy play. And their imagination is stirred. And the arts with painting and beeswax and different things like that just really meet their need for the inner soul to be educated, and not just the physical or the intellectual. Well, I think when people come through, they are curious about the reading and writing and the language skills. So many times I'll show them the cubbies and the chairs with their symbols. And on bread day, when we can have it again, they pick out their own names. So the beginning of reading and writing, the beautiful verses that we say, I think people are worried they're not going to catch up if they come to a Waldorf school, but it's exactly the opposite. They're so fully engaged in the learning that it's not rote. It's really heart learning. Head, heart, and hands really speaks to the young child and to all children. And I think that's what people might question when they come in. You don't see the alphabet or numbers. You see beauty. You see art. You see things that are soothing. And when they enter the space, they can tell it's for the child. It's designed for them. And I think that is the gift that we bring.